back in the USA. The boys have come home. You know, it's always good when the boys come home from overseas. Sweet home Chicago. They found, I bet the first thing they did, Brian, they went to their hotel and they went down the hall and they went to the ice machine and they punched the button and they just stood there as the ice poured out like a slot machine in Las Vegas hitting a jackpot and enveloped them in the cool, refreshing, modern invention that is known as ice cubes. Because they probably hadn't seen any in a very long time. And I know I'm risking again offending our fans across the pond. I loved my trips over there. But God damn it. Ice, my kingdom for ice. They got ice in Chicago. We got plenty of water down here, and it was freezing, so we could have ice here as well. But they didn't get an icy reception in Chicago for SmackDown, did they? See, I brought it all the way back, Brian. It was a hot crowd there, 16,000 plus in Chi-Town.
Certain people got icy responses, but overall, no.
Well, yeah, there were certain people that were iced out of the social circle. But that's the old Rosemont Horizon. I recognize the ramp and the seating and everything. It's I don't know what are they calling it now? The fucking Al's #1 Italian Beef Center. But it's a historic building there, and they did a package with the history of the happenings between Punk and Roman and Seth. And then they come out, they're in Chicago, and the chants are CM Punk, CM Punk. And then, like Mussolini in Illinois, he got the big pop, and they sang the song, and they chanted the chants, and they oohed the ahs, and they it's clobbering time. And of course, Punk milked it for everything. It's where that cow's udders are sore. And he even, when he got in the ring, he took the handheld camera from the cameraman and shot the crowd and fired him up. It's his hometown, and he knows how to talk and how to fire people up. He's a showman. And the promo again, he talks to people, and he sounds like he means what he says, and he does mean what he says. And would you say, am I verbally filleting the man, Brian, or would you concur with this on me without sticking your tongue out or anything, that he's the best at weaving shit that is true, is real, and that either the people know to be true and real or have no reason to doubt into the promos that he does about his work environment?
Yes, actually, I would agree with you on that.
And that's what that's the idea. Maybe we finally, somebody, I know that was wordy, but carve it in stone somewhere. Because that's the thing. And I'm not supposed to be here. And the theme of his promo was all through his life, people will say, you're supposed to be here. He was born with a cord around his neck. He was blue. You're not supposed to be here. When they brought him back. And the thing, and it's tying into what we will find out with Happy Heyman as well. But that promo, there was legitimate stuff, and then there was stuff that was related to what he's doing. And he weaved back and forth, and very, very well done. But it was all he's overcome, and now the hard work begins. And he got him to a little chant for AJ there, but he didn't mean it. Well, not that he didn't mean it. He mentioned her and they chanted for her. And then he said, no, if you want to chant for Larry. And they chanted for Larry. Hello, puppy. And then he did the fired up WrestleMania promo. And I know people are saying, oh, the buildup. I'm more interested in seeing a triple threat match than I ever have been with these three cretins involved. And as far as I'm concerned, besides Cody and the real world title, this is the star of our show. So I'm loving this shit. But he cuts the promo for WrestleMania, and then Heyman interrupts and gets a big pop. And with Paul, waddles down and puts Chicago over and Punk over. But Paul does Paul. He presented the details in his way, the history. He set the table for the thing. He in an entertaining way, he's the guy that's the manager's job. He's the guy that gives the facts and the figures and the statistics in an entertaining way as to the history of everybody involved, and sets up what the issue is specifically here, why he owes Punk a favor, and illustrates the closeness that they have had that has been hinted at. And remember a year ago or whatever, it was, well, Punk's off the table for Roman, or Punk's off limits or whatever. And they've teased this, but now they're going into more detail on it because now it will be fresh in people's mind. And we're giving you more detail on something that you've already kind of known. We're not dragging it out of the blue. We're just fleshing it out because now it's pertinent, that type of thing. And Paul's got one more favor to ask of Punk. If he would do me one more favor, please tell me the favor that I owe you so I can tell Roman Reigns. And Punk responds, he says, I'm going to tell you, Paul, but because I respect you and I respect blah, 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 I want to tell everybody at the same time. I want to tell you when I tell Roman. So let me know when he shows up. And that's their show-long cliffhanger thread through the program. And also, that was 23 minutes that flew by at the top of the program, where you're updated on this issue, and then these two guys come out and sell you on the thing. And I want to see what's going to go on from there. But your thoughts on the and we'll do this chronologically instead of going through the rest of SmackDown and stopping back in with the Heyman thread, Heyman hanging by a thread. We'll do this all in a row. But what'd you think of this opening segment?
I thought it was good. It felt like the beginning stuff was really, geared for the home crowd. And, we got to see it. And then it was geared for the television crowd with the Heyman stuff. And, it's like you said, they start off the show with this, and you know that there's a part 2, and you have to wait till the very, very end. And little incidents happen as incidental moments that they happen to film on this show, and they get in between.
Exposition of the issue.
But this show has so much stuff I just don't care about. And when you watch the fans react to like the tag team match and stuff, the fans may not care about some of the stuff either. But you want to see the moments and what's going to happen with the big stars. It's about that more than the matches. And if you like teasing things until the very end of the show, this did a great job.